Hi guys, Darth Deuces here, back in our Star Wars The Vintage Collection action figure review. Today taking a look at the exclusive Book of Boba Fett Black Krrsantan. Um, yeah, this is a figure that I wasn't expecting to get the exclusive version of. I can't remember exactly what convention or whatever that it was exclusive to. Um, but it actually ended up being on the shelves at GameStop up here in Canada. GameStop stocks it. I don't know if it's the same thing down in the States or not. Um, but yeah, they went into a GameStop. They had them on the shelf, so I decided to pick them up. Albeit it was kind of a tough decision because, as you can already see, this isn't an expensive friggin' TVC figure. 60 bucks if you're not before tax. If you're not a platinum member, I am a Edge Platinum member, so I got it for the $53.99. But even still, after tax, it was $62 for a 3 3/4 inch Star Wars figure. That's expensive, and we'll talk about it and all that. But of course, exclusives, especially when the con exclusives, are already going to be marked up because of that. And this guy also includes even more accessories than the deluxe, standard deluxe that's coming out. And deluxes are already pretty expensive. And just action figures, if I'm being honest, action figures in general are just expensive these days. It just is what it is. But here is the packaging. You do have a nice image of Krrsantan there. And you got another little picture there. And then you just got pictures that showcase all the accessories and whatnot. And on the back, you get a full layout of everything that comes in the box. Another picture of Krrsantan. More pictures of Krrsantan. Not too much else to say. I don't think the standard deluxe has come out yet, but I do know which accessories are exclusive, which ones are not, so we'll cover that. Taking off the little thing here, this is all sleeve, I guess. Does not want to come up. It's really taped up the wazoo here. I haven't opened this yet, so yeah, I'm just gonna cut this so I don't care enough. Oh, what the? Jeez, man. There we go. That just slips off. Then you have very similar to the publications Black Series figures. Actually, this artwork, they have a bunch of artwork from the comic books as well as a couple from the show. I like that it's his bandolier on the side here, and it's actually raised from the rest of the packaging, which is kind of cool. You got the shoulder pads there and whatnot. More tape. This thing is super taped. But it opens up like so. Pretty cool. And then it has some of the accessories displayed as well as the figure. So it's a nice little piece if you kind of want to keep it in the box, I guess. It kind of looks all right. But I'm going to get all this out and we'll take a closer look at the figure. Now I have Krrsantan out of the packaging, and this is a really cool figure. It is probably the best deluxe vintage collection release they've done so far, in my opinion. At least in terms of value, I think it's you get the best bang for your buck, I suppose. Maybe not with the exclusive, but for the standard deluxe that's going to come out. This figure is bigger than a standard 3 3/4 Star Wars figure. He's all new sculpt, pretty good paint apps, and tons of accessories, even if you just get the standard release. But yeah, let's take a look. So, all new sculpt from head to toe, as far as I know, for Krrsantan here, which is good. I'm glad they didn't try to repaint the Chewbacca like they did in the Black Series. There is a new Deluxe Black Series one coming out with a new sculpt, but that first attempt, ugh, I don't know what they were going for there. But he looks really good. I think the only difference with this figure to the standard release is that this one actually has a different head sculpt. The standard release, he's just kind of got a neutral expression, but this one, he's actually roaring. And I think that looks super awesome. I do prefer this. I think it just makes him look so much more menacing and tough looking and all that. Really like that a lot. And it looks really good. The paint, the eyes look really clean. The black, and then with like the grays, like there's lighter gray, a bit of darker gray in there. It all looks really good. It's the fur looks really nicely detailed. It's not that gross, glossy black that Black Series 1 had. So that looks really good. And I even like the clean paint in the mouth. Looks really great as well. He's got his braids, and you got the painted little bits in his braids on the front as well as on the back. Looks really good. He does have the bandolier on the go, which I believe is just cast in this gold plastic, but it does have that black wash, so that looks really nice. Actually looks like armor as opposed to plastic. The belt looks good. He's got this little fur sash thing hanging down, and then the legs look really good as well. I like the proportions. He's big and bulky, and it looks proper. It looks right. Also love that all the hands he comes with, he does have the brass knuckles, or the electro knuckles on there. That looks really nice as well. Not too much else to say. Look-wise, you know, it's not like a crazy exciting, there's not tons of crazy detail because he's not wearing a bunch of armor or anything like that, but he just looks really good. It's very impressive looking. In terms of articulation, it's pretty well done. I don't really have tons of Wookiees. I think I maybe only have a Chewbacca, but he's got pretty good articulation. Not a whole lot in the head because you've got so much sculpting going on. It's so hard to give Wookiees any good head articulation just because of all that fur, but you can, if you work it, you can get them looking side to side a bit. You're not going to get a ton of up and down. You're going to get pretty much no pivot. You do have hinges at the shoulders. They actually move very well, and the armor gets out of the way, which is nice. Rotation. Single hinges at the elbows do move a bit. Oh, this one bends 90. I would say maybe ever so slightly past 90, but they're pretty good range of motion. Then the wrists have wrist swivel as well as in and out, or vertical hinges or horizontal hinges depending on the hands that you have attached. It does have a torso joint, I believe at the waist here. It does go up and crunches forward. Actually not too bad. The crunch forward is not terrible for how much is going on here. You don't get a much arc back. There's not a whole lot of pivot. There is a good rotation though. Hip joints kicks out pretty much all the way. Spread's pretty good. Swivel cut at the thigh. Single hinge at the knee goes just shy of 90. And then you have, I think there's a rotation there. I think there's a rotation at the ankle as well as a hinge that goes up, down, and you get ankle rocker for pivot. So he's got some pretty great articulation. You definitely get some cool posing out of him, which is good. Then in terms of accessories, of course, that's the main draw. He comes with a bunch of accessories, and because this is exclusive, he comes with even more stuff. But first off, he does come with interchangeable hands, which is super cool to see with 3¼ figures. We've seen it a few times now, like the Dark Times Darth Vader. I'd definitely like to see this more with other 3¼ Star Wars figures as well as the Black Series. But you get like these standard, normal, like gun gripping hands, which are fine. I don't know how, they're not too hard to pop off. He comes with a pair of wider gripping hands for some of the other accessories. I'll put those on in a bit. And he comes with a pair of fists, which I think is super cool because he has the knuckles on there, so obviously he's gonna be doing some punching. And then a cool accessory, other accessories. He comes with 2 little electro effects that you can actually put on the knuckles here. Getting lost in my train of thought. I'm not sure if I'm attaching these 100% correctly, but they go on pretty securely. Actually, I was actually wondering about that. They go on pretty good, and that looks super cool. You can, and with the yelling, roaring head sculpt, I think that just even looks so much better. This figure just looks so much better in action poses because of the head sculpt. So that looks super cool. I absolutely love that. The standard deluxe comes with all of these hands as well as these electric effects, as far as I'm aware. Just swapping the hands back out for some of the weapon holding hands, just because I want to show that off too. So yeah, he also does come with an array of weapons. So he comes with the blaster rifle he has in the show. It's very nicely sculpted and painted. You got a bit of silver, a gunmetal color, some red detailing. Looks really nice. And you can get him to hold that, no problem. Just goes right in his hand, easy. And let's just get in a quick pose. And with these wider open hands, it's no problem getting him holding that in a two-handed pose. You're not going to get like crazy aiming poses, and he can't really rotate his head too well, so some of the blaster posing might not be the best in the world, but you can make it work, and it looks pretty good. So that's awesome. That looks great. As far as I'm remembering correctly, I think this is the only gun that the standard deluxe comes with. But with the excuse me, with this exclusive, you also get a bowcaster, classic Wookiee weapon. I think this is a reuse mold. I don't think this is new, but that's very cool. They include that. You know, Wookiee's got to have his bowcaster. I believe he uses bowcasters in the comics. I think he holds it okay. The hands really aren't meant for holding the bowcaster. I'm gonna be honest, but it looks all right. And then it does have the sash there, or the bandolier, so you can't hang it over his shoulder. Pretty sure these are meant to be. This bowcaster is meant for Chewbacca. It's a pretty loose and doesn't look the best slinged over his shoulder, but it's, you know, extra accessory. I'll take it. This little limb piece is a separate piece. It falls off pretty easy. You also get, with this exclusive version, this big cannon or whatever, and it's got this cool little, another electric effect. You can remove it if you want. It's got some nice blue paint. I don't know if this is like an EMP rifle or like energy, like electricity gun or whatever. I don't know, but it's super cool. And you get that, and you can put that in his hand as well. And he holds that decently. Definitely this figure is definitely the best meant for holding the gun he had in the show. This one seems like it's going to be a bit more difficult to get in a two-handed pose, but still a cool accessory, unique sculpt, very nice. He also, this exclusive also comes with 2 swords, which is super cool to see. Silver for the blades, and just a gold plastic, I think, for the handles. He holds these good, no problem. I don't have the closed. You need to use the more tighter grip hands for the blades. I have the wider one on the left hand, but that looks really nice. I like that a lot. And then a couple other cool little world building accessories. Does come with a mug, just cast in this gold plastic, but it looks pretty cool. This does come with the standard deluxe figure. You can get him to hold that. So that's cool. I like that. And then he also comes with a little Meiluran fruit, which is super cool. The paint on that's really nice. And you can take the wider grip hand and you can put that in his hand. And that looks very nice. And this also comes with the standard deluxe release. So yeah, tons of accessories for this exclusive release. Even the standard deluxe, I think, comes with a fair amount of stuff. It's crazy that the Black Series one comes with nothing but his rifle that he had in the show, not even interchangeable hands. That's super disappointing. But yeah, this guy comes with tons of stuff, and all of them are really cool. So that's pretty much it. I guess the last thing to do is just do some comparisons. I guess first off with another Wookiee figure. Here's an old Chewbacca from years and years ago, but here he is with Chewbacca. This Chewbacca actually is a little taller, but Black Krrsantan is way bulkier, way bigger, like mass-wise. But they look pretty cool together. And just for some other figures from the show, here's the Deluxe Boba Fett. Here is Fennec. And he looks great with both of them. And then here is also Cad Bane. So yeah, it looks really good. I think, yeah, this looks great. I could even maybe almost argue that Krrsantan maybe should be just a little bigger. I don't know. He's pretty close. It's pretty good. Yeah, that is pretty much it. Overall, I think this is a really good figure of a really cool character. I'm glad he was in the show to get this character some more recognition from people who don't read the comics or whatever. He's a really cool character. It's always cool to get more Wookiees, more bounty hunters, that sort of thing. Comes with a lot of great accessories, all new sculpts, everything about it. I have very little to complain about, pretty much except for the price point. The exclusive, I don't know what the price is in the States, but here in Canada, the price is hefty for a 3 1/4 inch figure. Is it worth it? I don't know, man. I mean, it kind of comes down to you. If you really like the character, and you're gonna buy the deluxe anyways at full price, then you might as well just spend the extra 10, 12 bucks and get the extra accessories, the cooler head sculpt, and get the deluxe. If you like the character, I do think it's a good buy. If you're not a huge fan of the character, or you want to get the character but you're not too in a rush to get them and don't care for the extra accessories, then I would definitely say it's an easy pass. Wait for the deluxe standard release, you'll save a bit of money there. And if you wait even longer, it'll probably go on sale, because I think almost every deluxe TVC figure has gone on sale at some point. But if you want that cool head sculpt and the accessories, I'd say go for it. Anyways, that's pretty much all I have to say. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you think down in the comments below, and I'll see you all in the next video. May the force be with you.